Mr. Whalen reads!
Hi friends, it's Mr. Whalen here. I brought you another story. Now, I've talked before about going to the library, browsing books, sometimes we look around, we see books are out, we can see the cover and gives us an idea of what maybe the book's about, makes us curious, something catches our eye. So the other day I'm down in the library and I'm browsing, I'm looking at the shelf, so all I can really see are the names of the books that are going by. Have I read this book before? Do I know this author? Have they written anything I've liked? And then this title jumped out at me. Sometimes that's what'll happen. And it jumped out at me because it sounds funny. This book is called Tony Baloney. Tony Baloney. I had never heard of Tony Baloney before. And I looked there, I see Tony Baloney right there on the side. I'm like, Tony Baloney, and it put a smile on my face because it made me laugh. It sounds silly. What's Tony Baloney about? I look at this, it's a penguin. And I have something to show you. This is what is called a macaroni penguin. There is such a thing as a macaroni penguin, and that's it. You see how he's got the fluffy yellow strands on his head. They have a very distinct head covering and a beak that looks different from a lot of other penguins. So lots of different penguins in the world. These are called actually macaroni penguins. The reason I wanted to show you that is because it comes up in this book. And if you've never heard of a macaroni penguin before, it's not a penguin made of macaroni, it's a special kind of penguin. And that's what he's called. So Tony Baloney is a macaroni penguin. And I thought I'd show you what a macaroni penguin really was before we started reading the book because it sounds kind of silly. Is there really such thing as a macaroni penguin? Yes, there is. Anyway, this book is called Tony Baloney. It is by Pam Munoz Ryan. There we go. And Edwin Fotheringham did the illustrations. I'd never heard of either of these authors before, and I didn't see any other books by them, so maybe this is the only one. But it wound up being a very good story about something that happens to a lot of us. What happens when we make a choice that wasn't so smart, and we have to kind of have some consequences about it. Go see the people whose feelings we hurt, and tell them we're sorry. It's a lesson we all got to learn. It's something we all got to do once in a while. And this was how Tony Baloney dealt with that situation. So, Tony Baloney, real good book I found out. Found a brand new one, and that was cool. So, my privilege to share it with you, and I hope you enjoy it. Tony Baloney by Pam Munoz Ryan, illustrated by Edwin Fotheringham. Tony Baloney. Tony Baloney is a macaroni penguin. He loves fish tacos with Parmesan cheese, little green walrus guys, his stuffed animal buddy Dandelion, and anything with wheels. Vroom, vroom. Tony Baloney does not love trouble, but trouble loves him. In his family, Tony Baloney is smack in the middle of the brood. Dandelion makes sure that Tony Baloney does not get lost in the crowd. If he can help it, Tony Baloney stays away from the bothersome babies Baloney because they are so exasperating. When it is absolutely necessary, or most of the time, Tony Baloney must play with Big Sister Baloney. He always has to be the kitty. When do I get to be boss of the world? Asked Tony Baloney. Big Sister Baloney gives him the look. Meow, says Tony Baloney. Sometimes, when Tony Baloney is tired of Big Sister Baloney and exasperated by the bothersome babies Baloney, Dandelion behaves badly. Vroom. After Dandelion runs amok, Tony Baloney dashes to his room, stuffs all of his important things into his duffel, and makes a fast getaway to his hidey space. Eventually, Mama and Papa stop by for a little chat. After they leave, Tony Baloney tells Dandelion all of his woes. As usual, Dandelion is extremely understanding. And then Big Sister said I could not come to her tea party. And the bothersome babies chewed off the hands of maybe 100 or just one of my little green walrus guys. And Mama and Papa said they love me very much, but I need to think about our behavior and using our words and saying we're sorry. Oh, and we have to mean it too. I guess we should try a little harder to behave, says Tony Baloney. I suppose, says Dandelion. We have to apologize nicely. I am not feeling nicely in my heart. How long does it take for nicely to creep in? Maybe never, or in a little while. Just wait for it. You're my very best buddy in the whole widey world. I know. Don't get all mushy on me. After Tony Baloney has been in his hidey space for maybe a year or 20 minutes, he feels a teensy bit lonely. And Dandelion feels a teensy bit like apologizing. When Tony Baloney smells fish tacos, Dandelion feels even more like apologizing. Dandelion says he's sorry. I accept Dandelion's apology, Big Sister Baloney huffs. But what do you have to say for yourself, Tony Baloney? She gives him the look. Tony Baloney says nicely, I brought Parmesan cheese. For maybe an hour or 5 minutes, Big Sister Baloney allows Tony Baloney to be boss of the world. Tony Baloney tells the bothersome babies Baloney that they must be the kitties. The babies are surprisingly good at meowing. Tony Baloney, you don't ever have to be the kitty again, says Big Sister Baloney. Never? Says Tony Baloney. Never, says Big Sister Baloney. And she keeps her word. Woof, woof.